revenues, we have costs and we have revenues. Let's say here as example, we have something is called fixed costs. This is called fixed costs. Fixed costs. And we have something is called variable costs. Variable. Variables. Variable costs. So we have fixed costs. Fixed costs like things will never change, like the machines, the buildings, the things which you brought or you bought for making easy for you to make profits, but not for reselling it back. Like the machines, the lands, the factories, you bring it only once in the start of the your project, and after that is done. You don't want you don't buy anymore. So this we call it the fixed costs. How about the variable costs? The variable costs are changed based on the size or the volume of production. As example, the more you produce, the more the variable costs will increase, like the manpower, the wages, the pays, the oil, the electricity or the power. All this, the more you produce, the more you will have variable costs. Then we have something is called total costs. Actually, I will do it in blue so you will understand it. The total cost is here. This is the total cost. Total costs. Total cost in that blue. So what we do here, the total costs, is both of the variable and the fixed. Then total costs will equals fixed costs plus variable costs, right? So the total cost will equals fixed costs plus the variable cost, both of them together, both of them, fixed plus the variable costs. So usually when you do a line or in a graph, the line which comes overwhelming the other two lines, this means the total, the aggressive, or both of them together will be above them, will be above them. So the fixed cost is just fixed. In the long run, it's fixed. You never change it. It's never be changed. It's fixed means never change, like this, right? And it's always parallel to the horizontal line. Variable costs start from the point descent. So now we need to know, how about our earnings, our revenues? Revenues start from this point and goes forward as well. Here, here is the revenues line, the green one, this one. I just want to make it wrote in red so it will be clear for everyone, or just in blue, something heavy that can help me. Well, then this line can be shown up. Here we go. Now this is the variable down here. This is the variable. Let's make it, because I know this not very big. This is the variable cost. Variable. Now this is the revenues. The green one is the revenue. Revenue. The green one is the revenue. So the point where the total costs interact, those are the total costs in blue, the total cost in blue, and the total revenues in green. So the break-even analysis is where the total costs equals total revenue. So I will write it down now. Break-even here. Let me do it like this. Break-even. Just need a quick pen. Then break-even will happen when total costs equals total revenue. When total costs equal total revenue, this is the break-even point. This is the break-even point when both of them are the same. Here, like here, it's in the draw here, in this point, the point where both of them are intersection, the intersection of the total revenues in green and the total costs in blue. In this point, no gains, no losses. In this point, so before this point in this area, this is an area of losses. losses area. Meanwhile, in the other area, which at the top here, in the other area, which in the top, those are here, this area, you can see it properly, this area here, those are areas of profits, profit area. So this is profit area, profit area. So we have two areas of loss here before the break-even point, and we have a profit zone, which is area of profits after the break-even point. And of course, this is the break-even point. Let me see here, right here, break-even point. Break-even point, break-even point, break-even point, where the total revenues intersect with the total costs. You are not in need for the draw, just it's for me just to explain to you from where it came. But what you need is to know is that at this point the total costs will equal the total revenues, where there is no profits or there is no loss. Now, how we will calculate the break-even point? I will give an example for it, and just will see how we will calculate it. Now, we don't need this draw. We'll make an example, then you will know how to calculate the break-even point. Let us say give this example how we will get the break-even point. Calculates the break-even point. Break-even point. Knowing that fixed costs are $100,000, and that fixed costs and that we have wrote the fixed costs are, and that selling price equals $10, and variable costs for the unit is $5. So how we will get the profit or break-even point where there is no gains and no losses from this example? So first thing is that we would say the break-even point where there is no gain, no loss, break-even will equals. This is the formula. Fixed costs, that is the total fixed costs divided by the selling price for sales price minus the variable cost. By the way, the sale price for a unit and the variable cost for a unit, those down one, we call them the profit margin. So it is, by other meaning, fixed cost, the total fixed cost divided by the margin profits. Margin profits. And this is how it is. So this is the equation. Now, to get the break-even point here, the break-even point in this example, break even will equal fixed cost. Let's see the fixed cost here. He's saying calculate the break-even point knowing that the fixed costs are 100,000. The fixed costs are 100,000. So here we'll say the fixed cost will be 100,000 divided by the selling price of the sales is $10. Sales is $10 per each, per unit. We calculated per unit. Minus the variable costs are $5. Then this will be 100,000. This, of course, the margin profits will be 5. 10 minus 5, the margin profits will be $5. The selling price minus the variable cost. And I said, the variable costs are all the costs related to the production, like the power, the pay, the electricity. All these are called variable costs. So this will be 100,000 divided by 5. This will be 20,000. 20,000 what? 20,000 units. Okay? Units of money, units of production, whatever. What we do here, money divided by money. So, with this, on the production of 20,000 units, there will be no gain, no losses. No gain, no losses. In this amount, there will be no gain, no losses, and there will be the break-even point. Remember,